Last week I told you about the shutdown, the money, the sacrifice, and the brotherhood forged in the fire. Today I'm going to tell you about the day I almost lost everything. Not from a layoff, not from a bad economy, from one moment, one flash of anger, 1 second of lost control that almost cost me my car, my reputation, and my 30 years of building my name. This is episode 9, the day I almost lost my car, the Detroit test. So I took a call out of local 58, Detroit local. And it's a lot of good brothers in that local. I met a lot of good hands out of that local. And this story don't really have anything to do with all the other brothers. It's just one dude in particular. So I take a night shift call out of that local for a car plant. I don't forgot which car plant it was at. But anyway, we had a crew of probably about 10 or 15 people on the night shift. So me and this guy named Tim out of the Toledo, Ohio local, we was tooled up together. And we had this apprentice that the foreman, his name was Rick, ended up giving us to go work with. And he told us we working with some Russian guys and that they'll be over there in a minute and just go over there and wait till they come. So we go over there and we waited and we waited and we waited. And it was a while, them dudes didn't even show up. So all of a sudden, Rick rolled around and he was like, what the hell y'all doing? What y'all standing around for? And I'm like, hey, we waiting on the Russian guys to come and we get started working because that's what you told us to do. He was like, man, whatever, he's tried to talk noise. So all of a sudden, he tried to take the apprentice from us. And he wanted to take the apprentice around the corner and talk noise about us and that we was lazy just hanging around, and the apprentice knew better. And in our trade, once the foreman give you an apprentice, the journeyman or apprentice, you are responsible for that apprentice. So that foreman can't come and take that apprentice back from you unless he asks you. So when he started trying to take that apprentice away, I was like, nah, he can't go nowhere. Bring him back. Nah, he got to wait over here with us. Then all of a sudden, he's like, Andre, I ain't got time for your shit tonight. And I'm like, damn, man, you ain't got to start cussing at me. And he just go off. He just keep on cussing. And, I've been cussed at before, but you ain't going to talk to me like that. Nah. So he going to start getting louder. I got louder. He get even real loud. And I got real loud. It's like two bulls in a pen. We ready to fight. I'm ready to throw down. And he was like, Andre, Gator, go home. Go home. You done. Go home. I say, man, I ain't going nowhere. Like, go home. You done. He's screaming. He turning red. It's like, you can see the anger in his face. He's screaming at the top of his lungs. Go home, Andre. You done. You just done. I'm like, man, I ain't going nowhere. And you can't make me. And that made him even more furious. Then he got even louder. So then all of a sudden, I just remember back in the days, Billy Joe Lessons, he told me people gonna test you. He told me that. He already gave me the blueprint to all of these situations when I was apprentice. So right then, because he always told me, anywhere you go, learn the rights, learn your rights, learn the protocol, learn what you can do and what you can't do. So all of a sudden, while we in the middle of this argument, all I could think about is Billy Joe back then. And I used my head. And I was like, well, I tell you what, call the steward. So he that stopped him cold. Ain't nothing else he can do once you say call the steward. So now the steward come out. I don't know the cat name, but anyway, he come over. He hear both sides of our story, and then he rule in favor of me because I follow his direction. So, man, that really pissed that dude off. Ray was really seeking revenge for me now.
So for about 8 weeks, I think I was back on that job still about 8 weeks. He was trying to make it his best mission to try to break me. He was trying to take me down. He gave me the worst work he could find, man, pulling wire through 2 spots I could barely fit through, trying to maybe be in conduits and little crawl space, and he tried to split me and Tim up, but we were still tight at lunch break, so it wasn't really nothing he could do. Then he tried to leave me with this green apprentice, but that really worked in my favor because I'm real good with apprentices, even young fellas. I learned how to teach people from Billy Joe teaching me how to teach. So one of the lessons he taught me, I should have talked about early. He told me he can't teach me everything about the trade, but the one lesson he can give me is how to go about learning the trade from other people. And I passed that lesson on real good. So his isolation trick tried to slow me down, but it didn't hurt me. So, because like I said, you don't fold. You just show up every day. I kept my boots tight. I did my job every day. No matter what the job was, I did it right. I made every bin clean. I made my straps, you know what I mean? I did my job. And I made sure that apprentice learned fast because I refused to let Rick game. I ain't want to play his game. Not bleed into my work. I was better than that because Billy Joe taught me this. So probably about halfway through, even them Russian dudes, they saw what was going on. They didn't even know, hey, Rick had it out for me. And he hated it. But it's all good. So eventually they had some short call guys come in. And what a short call mean, you take a job and the job lasts around 2 weeks. And you maintain your spots back on the books when you go back to the hall. It's just a way to get some money without losing your spot on the book. So when the short call guys come out, I know it's layoff time. We know it's layoff time. And I told Tim, hey, I know I'm about to get laid off. I know I'm on the top of the layoff list. So anyway, that day, you know, when the layoff come and it was time for them short call guys, that night I came in, I could tell Rick was nervous. I don't know why. And I said to myself, I know this layoff coming. I've been laid off many a time. This is not the first. And so, anyway, when we got ready to go to the game box to get my tools, he's shaking. The keys shaking in his hand and everything. And I'm like, why this man tripping so hard? I ain't even said we. And really, these 8 weeks, we haven't talked at all. You know what I mean? At all. I'm the last one to get my check. I get my work assignments through somebody else. I mean, but we really had it out. So I could see he real nervous this day. So then he handed me my check. So I looked at the check, and well, that's all I looked at was my check, and my layoff slip was inside my check. So I grabbed my tools and I walked outside the gate and I got to my car. And when I got to my car, I looked back at that check and that layoff slip. And when I saw the layoff slip, it said, he wrote me up on the layoff slip. It was said, I was unable to do journeyman-like work in a workman's manner. And to us, in my trade, that's the ultimate sign of disrespect. It's like that nigga rigging word that I used earlier, this is about the same thing. So I was furious. Good thing I was on the other side of that gate and that I didn't look at that layoff slip in that building because I would have swung on that man. I really would have. But again, I was smart. I used my head. I picked up my phone and I called the steward back on the other side of the job. And when I called the steward, he told me that Rick did that to Tim and several other guys on that job, that he wrote us all up, was unable to perform journeyman-like work. And long story short, he ended up getting fired. But it's what? To my son, one day you'll stand in front of someone who think they're tired to give them the right to tear you down. Don't fold. Respect, authority, yes. Respect the chains of command, but never let another man title strip you of your dignity. Titles fade, paycheck come and go, but your name, your reputation, that's forever. And the Detroit lesson, stand your ground. It isn't about pride for pride's sake. It's about knowing the line between discipline and disrespect. Step across that line and you lose yourself. I stand firm on that. And I carry a dignity everywhere you go. Protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. So here's what I hear. I need you to hear. Lesson 1. They will test you. Foreman like Rick will push you to see if you will break. And if you break, they win. Your anger is their weapon against you. Don't give it to them. Lesson 2. Know the lines between discipline and disrespect. Respect authority, yes. But when a man cross the line and attack your dignity, you stand your ground. Not with violence, not with quitting, but with the words, call a steward. Lesson 3. Your work speak louder than your words. Rick gave me the worst work for 8 weeks trying to break me, but every bend was clean, every pull was straight, every termination was square. By week 5, even the Russian was nodding with respect. That's when I knew I won. Detroit taught me this. Titles fade, but dignity travel with you everywhere. Protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. Next week, I'm going to bring it all home, the final episode. Your name is your currency. What does all mean? What I'm passing down to my son, what I'm leaving behind for the next generation. Until then, remember this. Stand your ground, do your work, let your dignity speak louder than their disrespect. I'm Gator. Stay safe out there. I'll see you on the next one.